Hello, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me again today. Our project today is this cute little pocket here that holds a pack of post-it notes. So it's just a little fold over pack with a belly band on, and then when you open it, I've got it round the wrong way. There we go. When you open it, there's a pack of post-it notes in there for you. I thought these would make fantastic customer thank you gifts for all the people that have shopped with me this month. And I've actually stolen the idea. It's fine because it's not illegal. As demos, we know that there is such a thing as casing, which means copy and share everything. And I have copied and shared everything for this project from Linda Parker of Papercraft with Crafty. So thank you, Linda, for your inspiration. I've actually used different papers to Linda, but I have more or less followed her instructions to make it. It was on her blog today, the 21st of July. So if you want to go and have a look at her blog, Papercraft with Crafty, you'll be able to see what she did with hers. She uses the tea room speciality papers. I'm using Broadway Bound because those are papers that I happen to have. I just wanted to give you a quick glimpse of the Broadway Bound papers because they really are gorgeous. They're all foiled on one side, and a lot of them this black and white, black, gold and white. So there's this lovely spotty one. This one, which I love, which is foiled gold, grey and black. This one, which is the one I've used on my project today. This one, which is birthday candles and all the flames. I don't know if you can see that, all the flames are foiled. This one, which is absolutely gorgeous, and actually I've got that in mind for some Christmas projects as well. I think that would be great. And then this one, because our large numbers have gone, these are going to be really useful for using on cards that need numbers, because you can just cut them out freehand. You can fussy cut those. On the back, they're not foiled, they're much plainer, but still some really nice bright zingy colours. So there's a grey one, lemon lime twist, I think that's lovely lipstick, one with balloons, birthday cakes and party hats. So just wanted to give you a quick glimpse of those papers. But the paper that I used the black and gold stripe on this project. Today I'm going to use this one, the one that I said might be Christmassy, but actually I'm not using it for a Christmas project today. And I'm going to change the colour up. On this one I used Melon Mambo card. Today I'm going to use Bermuda Bay card. Okay, so it's going to be a nice combination, gold and Bermuda Bay. So first of all, how are we going to make our project? First thing you need to do is take a piece of cardstock of whatever colour you want, and cut it. I've changed the measurement slightly to Linda's because my post-it packs are slightly thinner than hers, so a slight change in measurements, if you notice that. So my card measures 7 1/4 by 3 1/8. That's in inches. I'll put the metric measurements on my blog, and the instructions will be down below to get to my blog. And then my DSP, my designer paper, is just the same size, 7 1/4 and at 3 inches. So it's just an 1/8 short, and you can see you get a tiny little border. So the first thing I'm going to do is put some Tombow on there. Remember, if you use Tombow, you're going to get a bit of wiggle room, so you'll be able to maneuver this around a bit. But if you don't get it on straight, if you use double-sided tape or snail or anything like that, it's permanent adhesive straight away, so it's very difficult to maneuver it. And as I'm not very good at lining things up on the first try, I like the Tombow. So it's a tiny border you're going for here, but it should be even all the way along. There we go. That's a bit wider on that side, so let's do that. There we go. So I've just adhered my DSP to my cardstock, and we then need to score. And I'm just going to have to get up and get my score. Oh no, I won't. I can use my trimmer. Let's use my trimmer to score, which I happen to have handy. I haven't got my scoreboard handy. And I'm going to score at 3 1/2 and 3 3/4. I'm actually going to do it on this side because actually this gold paper has a tendency to crack, and it doesn't look quite so nice. I don't know if you can see on one of the sides of mine, there's a little bit of cracking going along that seam, so I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to score it on the other side. So I'm going to score at 3 1/2. There we go. And 3 3/4. Again, this is slightly different measurements to Linda's, but it will be fine. There we go. They're my score lines. And then I just need to fold those over So just carefully, I'm going to be very careful with this paper because I don't want it to crack this time. So just if you are using this gold paper, just be aware it does have a tendency, it's quite thick paper, so I think that's why. There we go. So I've got my folds there. I'm not going to use my bone folder. I might just squeeze it a bit more with my fingers. But I'm not going to use my bone folder because, like I said, I don't want it to crack. There we go. So that's the basis of my thing. But you saw on my pouch that I've got these little tabs at the top. And how Linda made those was with the envelope punch board. So you take your envelope punch board and you're just going to use the punch at the top here. So line up the first side with the middle. Can you see the middle of this bit here? So line it up there and punch, which will give you a nice beginning to your tab, and then move it along 2 inches and punch again. It's quite tough because it's going through thick cardstock and DSP. Then turn it round, and again you're going to put it in the middle of that one, and then you're going to move it along to 2. So we're lining up this edge with 2 inches, and there we go. And there's sort of my tabs. But what we need to do is just trim off the excess bit, and I'm just going to use, like Linda did, I'm just going to use scissors here. So I'm just going to trim off this bit here and try and do it by eye, so level with where the lowest bit is. There we go. And that's given me my tab on the top there, and then I can turn round and do the same on this side. There we go. There. So that's basically our pouch made, our little wrap around. Like I said, all my customers this month will be getting one of these. So if you'd like to get one made by my own fair hand, please order with me before the end of July, and I'll pop one in the post to you in early August. There we go. So that's the pouch finished, but we need the belly band. So for the belly band, we need a strip. Just going to check that this is going to go round. Yeah, that'll be fine. We need a strip that's about 1 inch wide. So in comes my trusty trimmer again, and we're just going to line it up on the inch over here. Oh, you can't see that. Let's bring it down. On the inch over here, and then take the score blade out of the way and run it up there. That's going to be my belly band. So I'm just going to, by hand, wrap this around. So I'm going to start in the middle here, and I'm going to bend it where it needs to bend round there, bend it round there, bend it round there, and bend it round there. So then I've got the belly band where I need it. I'm going to have to trim off a little bit of that because it's too long, but that's fine. I am going to bring my bone folder in this time just to get some nice creases on those corners, so that they're really nice crisp creases. There we go. Try and make sure it all lines up. It has a tendency to go a bit wonky. So line it all up before you crease, and then that will help to keep it straight. There we go. And I'm just going to, like I said, trim off a little bit of the belly band. I'm just going to do that. So I'm going to trim off a bit here so that it doesn't overlap by too much. There we go. That's all I need. And this join is going to be covered by the sentiment in a minute, the sentiment panel. Before I do that, I'm just going to glue my post-it notes in because they keep going for a wander here. So I'm going to take off, oh no, I really might leave that back panel, and just put a little bit of glue on here to attach them so that they stay put in here. So I don't want them to move around. So just line it up with the bottom there and make sure you've got the same distance. They're 3 by 3 post-it notes, so they shouldn't they should fit because our band is 3 1/8 inch wide. There we go. And then the belly band is going to go round like this, and again I need a little bit of glue on there to hold that in place. So again, come in with my trusty old Tombow, a little bit of glue there, and just hold that in place while that sticks down. Then what we're going to do is we need to do the sentiment on the front. Now here I used the Cake Soiree set to do the flowers and the For You. I'm going to use a different sentiment today actually. I'm going to use one from the Detailed with Love set, which is this set. And I'm going to use this lovely thank you here because these are going to be thank you gifts for my customers. So put that to one side. I'm going to take a piece of Whisper White card and my Bermuda Bay ink, and I've got the stamp already mounted on a B block, and I'm going to stamp that on a piece of Whisper White like so. Oh, I like that colour. It's a long while since I've used Bermuda Bay ink. And I'm going to punch it out with my 1 3/8 scallop punch, and it just about fits. I don't know if you can see there's not much room for manoeuvre, but it does fit in the circle just about, which is fine. It's a really lovely little thank you, this one. I'm then going to cut a circle of Bermuda Bay with my 1.5 inch circle. Got a little scrap of Bermuda Bay here. And then lastly what I need is a scrap of black, basic black, with a 1 3/4 inch punch. I've got 1 3/4 inch punch here with my black. So again, this is slightly different to what Linda did, but that's the whole point. You take inspiration from someone else and you change it up yourself. So that's going to go on there, that's going to go on there, that's all going to go on there, and that's on there, and that's going to be really pretty. So I'm going to glue this one with a little bit of Tombow. This Tombow glue really does go on and on forever. I've had one going for ages and it's still not run out. So if you're thinking about some glue, that's quite a good buy, I would say. Okay, and then I'm going to use a few, get my tweezers, a few dimensionals to mount this onto the black. I want a little bit of dimension there, so I'm just going to use a couple of dimensionals. These are the large dimensionals. The smaller ones would be fine, but I'm trying to use up my large ones now because I've got quite a few, and I've moved over to using the mini ones because you get more in a pack and they go further. So I'm just using up my big ones really. Sometimes I cut them in half because you don't really need a whole one. Today I'm using whole ones. There we go, and that's going to go on there. So try and center that up, make sure that that's in the middle. And then all we need is a little bit of glue across the middle there to glue that to the belly band. So quite quick to make. I hope my customers are going to like these. If you've ordered from me this month, you can look forward to getting one of these in the post along with your product gift. If you've used the hostess code, you will also get a product gift, and the orders are coming in very nicely this month, so I think it's going to be a nice gift for everybody that I'll be able to buy with the rewards. So if you're thinking of ordering, please do use my code, which will be on my blog. So there you are, 2 little post-it note packs. Really pretty, I think. I like the one I made today better actually. I liked this one before, but I really like this one. And a really nice little gift, I think. And so thank you, Linda from Papercraft with Crafty, for your inspiration. Lovely. And I'll see you all soon. Thanks very much. Bye bye.